Hello, you guys. Shamar here. Welcome back to your live stream again for Saturday. And today we're gonna be looking at what this series is going on and why. And let's get started with this another live stream. And if you guys know what it, please subscribe to my channel, leave the comment below, and let's get started. So today, and we all be waiting for this. And so last few weeks ago, or actually a couple weeks ago, I was over there, the Moon Fan channel. His channel of what's going on with Hollywood, and was spoken about this political stuff that they literally put and the fans didn't ask for instead of them being focused. So I might as well do that too and spoken about this, about what's going on with Hollywood. Not only that, why Marvel's and the other franchise became ruined or became political because what Hollywood actually done today. Colin Brandon, what's going on? Hey, we're talking about Marvels. Why Marvels? So we're talking about why Marvels and the other friends like part of other movies they would be biggest fan of that. So again, last night I've been talking about this and I wanted to spoke about this, what's going on there. So yeah, again, other day, weeks ago, I was over there at the movie fans channel about what's going on with Hollywood, and we spoke about this really crazy political about this Hollywood. Every fans, a lot of people actually spoken up about what they did, so I might as well spoke up what they did. It's just literally ruined the fandom. Not only that, the entertainment that it became good in the first place. Not only that, the shows, the movies that fans spend really go out watching on. And Hollywood is the big deal nowadays because of what they actually are done is useless, and because of the bad actors. Now, I've been speaking about this the other day about the Fantastic. That why I did not want to look on it because of the bad actors, because of they changed it at to shut it, and not to change it, so they wanted to change the everything that like it became in the good in the first place. Stanley, others, when they're talking about that, the dinosaurs shouldn't. This is the reason why Tyrannosaurus was that's like, and I might as well spoke on that too. We're gonna be talking about that too. Because they put political stuff in these movies that shouldn't be. Ever since then, because 2012 they're trying to ruin it, and we know why they're trying to do it in, and to make these fans really mad and really super pissed because of the bad directors. And this goes for Disney, and we spoke on that agendas. Now then it started on 2025. No, not 20. I mean 2020. This is all started with 2020, not 2020. Yeah, 2015 when it all started, because all the movies that we biggest fan in, and I actually see the classic like uh that swapping stuff, putting riddles like modern movies right now, because they literally did some damage of this franchise. And Snow, like I heard a lot of rumors and seen that post that they're gonna make the Snow White Part 2 again, that I really didn't want to see, because you're gonna make so much fan hire her again to play that character again. And I not hate on her, for instance. I just don't like the way they did it with this movie. Just the reboot, like the classic ones that I spoke on this other day. They did it really dirty, and I don't know why they hired that Biocker, and I'm glad they didn't, because we never want to see that again. Because if they do, then it's gonna be so much flop again, and because of the one actor we doing Cindy we want. And so I said it to her. One day I will smoke on about her in just a minute. And I don't understand why, once again, and I'm gonna smoke on that, because that's so vertical what they actually did. That's really ridiculous what they did. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna put my phone, because I know why I turn my camera on, but you guys know I always with my camera on. Give me a moment. I just don't understand what Disney blogger doing. And it's not the companies. It's not just this company. It's not the company's fault that Walt Disney really created. It's these people who is in it. It's being so tossing. That should never be in the first place. Not only them, but other producers and bad actors wanted to change it. Char Rangers, the original Char Rangers. I love the original one actor. But I don't know. It's not our fault, and I'm not mad or anything. It's these new people who was in it that changed the stuff. The producers should be shaming themselves for Charney's in the reboot of 2017. Instead of having find some good actors and make this Charney's, because the 2000s, back in the 2000s, I really wish they would have had crossovers with the original cast and 2000s. I won't actually blame them that, because the one doctor who plays actually really is really badass, no joke. Who from played from Sonic, actually from Knuckles returning. Who plays the mom of them, the cop's mom. She's badass. She's really a good actor, and she's really keeps fighting, no joke. Because she's actually the one who is good actors of all time since 1970s. And I know it's not her fault that she get picked on the reboot of 2017 of Charred Angels. Ain't these producers and cast actors' fault? I don't know what Hollywood is. It can, and that's the reason why it got flopped. The same thing with the 2017. It sucked. And we're going to be talking about the Power Rangers afterwards. But I just want to give it some details and cover that with this other stuff. That what they actually did is crazy. And it's so dumb that you mess up for Jesus grace. And I just literally heard, and shout out to him, spoken like that. They didn't make a Clark winner, and you know why I seen it and didn't want to see that because of the bad actors, and man, I feel like some bad actors change now because as kids we used to be the biggest fan of them, and they used to be good. Like I remember Anawana Gondway, Johnson Fever, a few other ones. One of them is very, very good. Used to be good back in the day. And I know I'm sorry you guys can't see me. It's dark when I'm at. It's like 8:45 p.m. Because I was supposed to get it this quick though, but anyways. Back to the topic. The point I'm trying to say is they changed. The actor changed to be the bad person. The point I'm trying to say is they changed to be a bad person after all these years. I don't know why. For the reason. Because we're trying to figure out why they're trying to do this for a reason. Because actors, they're good actors that still look the same, and bad actors, they became worse after good, and then changed to be bad guys. Like, for example, a villain changed a good into a bad guy, into villain. For example, that's how we became worse, and then after that, like some movies, they turn into a villain, and then I want to turn into villain to bad guys. For example, that's how it goes. But other than that, this is getting way worse. What Hollywood actually did is stupid because of political. And I don't know why God worsens that Bond argument actually by Star Wars instead of, and especially Fox too. You making the movie a lot worse. Well, a little bit. But ever since you hire her instead of Paramount, and shout out to Skydoom, make a decision that Paramount actually buying that, because I'm gonna say this really, why Paramount actually wanted to buy Star Wars. I heard so many rumors that actually want to buy Star Wars to reboot in Star Wars again, and hire the guy that actually cares about Star Wars and get George Lucas again. I might as well have Paramount get Star Wars and get George Lucas again. And I can't believe that I seen in other just a while ago that they're making a so wait, and I'm glad they actually canceled. But the problem is when movies and TV shows got some of the TV shows that we the biggest fan of got. They're not canceled. I could have out. It's all because of 2 years ago when it got really slayed out. Star Wars is not good like they used to be when. And I miss the good old days when movies and TV shows with Star Wars used to be alongside with Paramount. No, not Paramount, but Fox. Fox used to be independent film company, film entertainment company. And now they canceled it. But oh my god, man. I just can't believe it. Let's talking about the Snow White again. They're gonna release it in 2020 in like 3 years. And people is gonna be so much getting mad. And I literally seen it. We got proof that what they're trying to do is push in agendas that we didn't ask for. If we hear this again once again, not the classic ones is way better. Not only the classic Disney, but different other versions of Snow White did really good job, better than the reboot one. The modern days of that. Way too soon should be going to jail what she done. And Disney, Bon Iger also needs to go to jail too, what he done to this company. I don't know why this sure got rid of him, and I've been seeing this. This should have got rid of him and find somebody else who actually cares about the company, like Walt Disney, for example. And we storm the magic again. That's what all is about. And Wicked movie, I've seen it once. I like it just a little bit. One second. Sorry. Sorry. My mom is spending a lot of time doing this crazy people, but I will tell you the end of the day. Maybe in the future. Anyways. Well, I was getting way so oh yeah. Let's see. Last year did I see The Wicked? It was kinda okay. I'm gonna be honest. I did not like it. And I heard they're making a second movie. I'm gonna be seriously real. Even though they are really good, but somebody should be seeing it herself. I'm gonna be real and honest. Like years ago, I really wish they would have done that back in the day in 2000s. Cause they would have done it way more better than this type of version of the Weeble of Wicked. Why can't they done it 24 years ago? Why they should have done this like okay, so it's 20, 21, 22. 22 years ago. Here we go. Why couldn't they done it 20 years? And why wrestling? It would have been so much cooler than being iconic of all times to bring back noise that they used to be. Versus today version. And hire a good actors that really cares about this franchise and the book in the first place. And I really wish they would have done that a long time ago. Cause this movie would have been so much better than that. It would have been iconic character of all times. And I wish they would have done that. if they did a 2003 version of the book of the White Assassin versus this one, like these two, for example, then this movie would have been so much better than this original one. I'm gonna be seriously will be real. This movie would have been iconic of all times. Stay so how it became the good friend in the first place. It would have been iconic characters in the first place. But we urged some actors. But even though I heard the Stay Still Wicked, the original characters was the greatest. Yeah, some of the fans like some of the fans like um the reboot one of Wicked. While it's so much expected for her, they should have hired somebody else that actually really cares and know what they're doing instead of hiring these two joke. Not the Winter Class one. I love the Winter Class. I heard a lot of them. But the new actors who plays them, the young version of them, I really wish they would have done that back in the day. But original cast members of that. Anyways, like I said, I'm joining for a winny tiny bit, but not too much. But Ariana Grande changed. Oh man! And I heard a lot of them rumors that they can do this for her. One of the actors is gonna play Jesus Christ. Like, come on, man. Having her to play Jesus Christ, man, is not a good idea. You should have hired somebody else. If not only that, because that's really disrespect. That's really disrespect the Lord and CCP going to for that. And I don't think it's a good idea. You should have hired somebody else that really played Jesus. That's really for that one. That's really driving me nuts. Cynthia Weaver Erivo. Singing Inver, the actor who's going to play Genius. That's not how it works. That's disrespect the Lord. And I'm really not the biggest fan with her, but Ariana Grande on again. I feel like some of these fans like her was so much respect for her because of she changed the way she acts nowadays. I just don't understand what's going on. That's the problem. And the fans not gonna tolerate it anymore, so this is totally ridiculous right now. Now years ago, she used to be like different. Now years ago, She used to be different. She used to be good. Now actors like her and other guys, it's changed now. But 10, not 10 years, now 14 years ago, 14, 13 years ago, they used to be different. Even though the show is bad, but they used to be good back in the day. Like in 13 years ago. And now the actors changed. I miss the old days when actors used to be good, iconic, but now some of these fans have lost respect for them. And I truly had to sometimes agree with them because of how they act. How they messed up the iconic franchise that we became in the first place. And sometimes I'm not blaming on the good actors. Because I know the good actors will talk and open up and talk really smart about the bad actors. And shut down the bad actors. Because they did really, literally doesn't know what they're doing and trying to ruin the friends or whatever. But you get the point. You know what I mean? Because it's going on behind the scenes, and we know about behind the scenes because I was over there when the movie fans swing, and we've been talking about it. Because of what Hollywood did with the franchise, especially the reboot. Again, it's all started with 2015. This is no joke. This is actually for real. This is actually serious. Like, this things need to really stop right now. Like, what's going on right now? It's driving insane what is going on in the franchise. The industry, like behind the scenes. And I'm gonna get back to the Snow Lake in a minute. Cause it doesn't even make sense. And I should have done that yesterday, last night, about what's going on behind the scenes because of what they actually done. It doesn't even make sense. Tonight I'm making I'm using so I'm typing on to every content of the YouTubers, the friends that I've been what's going with that is way crazy. I'm gonna today I swing and spoke up. Cause again a lot of fans spoke up what's going on and they're gonna keep talking about it cause until these Hollywoods get themselves together. The bad ones actually. Cause they're not doing right. And they still will be that way. Instead of them being their self. And Snow White, why can't you just hire a good quality person and make this practical again? Look, our holidays make it worth it for these good actors like them. Like, you seen the show, it would have been iconic franchise at all times. If they did it back in the day, in live action versus today, it would have been something. It would have been so much better than this one, modern day, compared to what is going on today. Because what Hollywood actually done today is really stupid. Directors, producers, and writers, I'm actually blaming some things in there, and I'm glad one person for a little, and see, I'm trying to, when you realize everything with the little marbles, not with a mermaid, I meant, with a mermaid, excuse me, I can't even talk really properly, because autism. I'm moving on to you guys, bear with me. The Little Mermaid, I seen it in one bit, but you guys gotta realize when it's going on behind the scenes. They literally mess up, and the good actor that I actually love is Tim Curry or something, but he is the best actor of all time. I remember watching his few movies of all times, especially the Warner Brothers reboot, the Warner Brothers from the 90s. Again, nobody likes politics right now. Iconic person and is still doing it right now. I don't know why they keep still doing it, put politicals. And we've been talking about it. And I've been seeing this a while ago with Snow White. They're gonna release it on 2028. This is no joke. This is absolutely going to do the same thing. You're gonna have, it's not gonna be like a princess is far along. It's not gonna be like Snow White. The one person who's gonna play like Rachel Simmons, for example, they hire her and still don't understand about this. We know what they're trying to do. It's actually no a joke. It's really not even a joke. They actually messed this franchise up. Like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. What they're actually, the hell are they doing? They're so political. Nobody wants it, and their job. They're supposed to be focused on the entertainment, not political. With somebody else about this vote, and start buying these fans off, and we don't want to hear it about this political. We're done about this for in this movie. I just want this movie to be great and good again, because listen, you can't stop. I'm going to say this in one person. I'm not going to mention about it, but I just want to say this. You can't stop people to going overseas to film the stuff, because that's the difference. But you can't stop them to put political stuff, like teaching kids, forcing them like that or whatever. That's the only thing you can stop them from, my advice. You can't stop them to go overseas to film martial arts, live action, romance, or go to Ukraine or whatever, coming in to make certain history, martial arts, romance, comedy, adventures, everything. You can't stop them to move from overseas to film in that industry. But you can stop them to force them and put political stuff in this industry, entertaining it, and it shouldn't be. But you can't also that. And another thing you can't stop and shut it down too. You cannot actually shut it down with education, because people need education and stuff. But you can't stop them to teach them that political stuff, and it shouldn't be in the first place. Like LGBT community, you force them like that, and this is really bothers me so much. Ever since 2021, when COVID is starting, when we go back to school, it started bothers me with PBS Kids with Arthur, and I seen it, and Sesame Street. It's really bothering me when some of these freaking characters. I don't know why you shouldn't actually do that for the first place. It really bothers me a lot, and I wanted to spoke on it because as a kid, when we was kids and started watching it of all times, they never put political stuff. They never had forced keep people to whatever to go along with that and say they're okay with this. They lost their mind. They lost their damn mind. One person in the comments said, and this is really pisses me off a lot. This is really pisses me off. And this is really pisses me off when one comment said, Sesame Street. They need it. And the kids, and one in this comment really said, and I know what they said, and I'm gonna tell you what this one guy in this comment really said, or whatever. They need to, and one comment literally said they need to understand that they need to be okay with this. This is really pissing me off because you should never tell them what to do, and tell them the kids don't need to know it because, second, they don't even care because you can't tell them that they're okay with this. That's not how it look. Because when we were kids, they never forced them like that. We never been forced and never. And they used to tolerate the stuff back in the day about some stuff. But I don't think who to think they do. They could tell us. I'm gonna really spoken on the one of the people on the left, the bad person. And it's really bothers me because nobody actually don't want to hear using with this political and tell the kids that they want to make that they need to understand that they need to be okay with this. No, we don't. They don't need to. No, the kids don't need to understand it because, again, we love kids a lot. We do. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, Brandon is green. See? You get my point, Brandon. You get my point. Because all this time, this really pisses me off. You can't tell the kids that they don't need to understand. Nobody should never tell them that. Because of what you said in this comment is really pissable. Pissed me off really a lot. And you really pissed this one fans off, including me. I almost want to snap out and make this comment. But I actually dislike it because you should never. And a guy in this video, this guy should be ashamed of yourself what he said. It's not cool. It's really not cool at all. I'm sorry. But this doesn't make sense, man. It should never be on the kids broke in. Cause when we were kids back in the day, they used to tell it that stuff and got trolled for that. Compared to what it was today. This should never be in the program. It should be as a case and to teach them about numbers, letters, reading, boying, everything. That's how you taught them. When we were kids, they taught us about numbers, fun stuff, going on a trip. They taught us about feelings, about friends, everything. No matter what. That's the only difference. But what they did today, nowadays, it's really crazy. It's really political. They push Hollywood, actually want to push political, and force kids to be understanding, and you taught them how. Now rainbows, I need to smoke on that too. When Hollywood actually did, you using rainbows for sensuality. And those of you guys want to please note, because this is gonna be really seriously video, and I think you guys need, and those of you watching this, and I think you guys need to understand, need to hear this when it's going on behind the scenes, because of how we actually did. It's too political. This is really pissed a lot of fans off, and I don't like it what they did. The governors, everything. As their job is to focus on entertaining it and not push people to okay with it. Because we give you advice and you make the fans really pissed off. And that's why they spoke about this, about Hollywood did, because you what you did. I'm gonna type in this. Spoke on. That's why I lost, man. That spoke on. They call it. And this is makes me upset a lot. And that's why I'm very upset and disappointed what they actually freaking did. And I don't know why did they keep talking about the Lancians. Man, you got one person that's crying over there, and you really want to think you're doing. And I'm gonna spoke on this about Lancians. What does he think he really are? My friends is upset right now. I swear, Disney Dino 75 was here. Oh my goodness, man, he's gonna be super pissed because of what freaking Hollywood did. And I should have done that. I should have canceled that. Done that earlier. I should have done that. Because what Hollywood actually done is stupid. Political. Just wait. Oh my goodness, wait. Disney. I heard it's gonna be a second part. They're not gonna and I heard it, and I seen it. They're not gonna cancel it. They're still doing it. It should be canceled. Like the Snow White reboot should be canceled. The classic one, they messed up the classic iconic franchise that people grew up watching it. And I'm gonna say this to wait till it's in. What you said is very stupid. Ever since you want to change some stuff because you want money for this one. Look, that's what you get for. That's when you get for exposed for shutting your mouth because you don't know not tell these people that you don't like it. And I want to say this to this one guy that and from Wahai. Well, then I see him once in a day. He's really right about the West Story reboot. West Side Story the reboot. It sucks. I gotta believe him. I gotta agree with him. Thanks to him, Mr. Limbo. The guy who used to go to high school years. Many years ago. He used to go to school there. But he has a point about the West Side Story. He didn't like it, and I gotta agree with him. Not only him, but a few other ones who grew up watching on the West Side Story. And I remember years ago. You think? Is it MGM own it? I don't know. But the movie's terrible. It's not the same. They don't even take some elements or with Dr. 20 or Dr. They just want to change some stuff. They shouldn't be in the first and hire these bad actors. But one actor actually turned out hate on Wait to Insinuate. They don't actually get along. It's the same thing Gadwin Godwin, who's played Wonder Woman. I gotta because what's going on behind the scenes. And I'm glad that Gal Gadot actually spoke on this, because I really wish he would have spoke on this and said it really publicly. And I'm glad she would have spoke on this, because when you're trying to make this franchise for the fans and get them what they want, you're supposed to make them for fans and iconic of all times. But that's really stupid or political what Disney and not only the corporate people, what the corporate people at Disney nowadays, I really started believing them. And boy, see this right now, it's sort of Walt Disney too. Both of them see this right now. Oh man, they're gonna be so garbage against this right now. Cause if they see this, I mean, once for their body, man, they would still be here, but because what they did, because what Hollywood did is causing worse. This it's driving me insane. I'm sorry to say this, but it's driving me insane what Hollywood as we did. It's driving me insane what Hollywood as we did, because a lot of people who spoke out about this, they know the truth what they did because they did licensing, because they had the right. Listen, the fans like us had a right to criticize what they showed and them TV shows should have been. You seen the point? Get my point. It should have been iconic if you look on the research what they would have done, but they don't want to do it. That's the only issue. I don't like it when they're trying to mess up a reboot. I'm be really honest. See, they actually mess up everything. Now, Darryl, I just don't understand. And I need to spoke about the wasting and stuff with Walter. Well, Saban, let me tell you personally what we said about this. There's nothing wrong with people of their skin color. I'm going to say this really personally. And Soda Training, virtually is supposed to be the other the other last actor they didn't hire because they canceled. The greediest guy ever. The wasting stuff needs to stop. This needs to end this right now, man, because we're human beings. We should also be treated respectfully. Look, we're humans. We both meant to get along. And I don't know what they actually thinking, man. Because the problem is they're still doing that political stuff like they shouldn't be doing and focus on the real truth of this entertainment. They're so disgraceful right now. What the problem is when they're trying to mess up the franchise in the first place.
It seems like the day has finally come for Indiana to properly stick out the
It's really bothering me very, very much with what's going on with Hollywood. And I remember that I went over there, and I remember me and Avery have been talking about this other day and behind the scenes. But not only that, but we've been talking about the movie with Hollywood, Voltron. I was very excited about Voltron, but when I find out about this new generation they done, instead of you adopted it and make it original, but make it a good backstories, good storylines on that. Like, you should have taken some elements from the show and make it iconic of all times. Instead of do it your own way. And I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to, I don't know what they're actually doing. That's the problem. Like, they're not taking their comic books, using the comic books or whatever, because comic books makes a lot of sense than the movie, TV shows, and does. And in books too. Because they're not taking seriously with these comic books, because and I remember I remember watching that a few years ago on Voltron. And I told him that they're making a reboot of Voltron. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't freaking make sense. You should have done that in the comic books or the show. You should have taken some elements in it instead of you doing it with. If you're gonna make it a wizard way and inspired by it, good, but that's fine. But if you're going to piss off the fans off, it's going to affect the franchise that they're not gonna be able to watch it because you mess up. And that's the problem. You don't want to mess up everything. Wait. But get time to point another thing. We all bought this world to get along because Martin Wallen always said, characters. I had a dream. And this is supposed to be about people who was famous. And we learn about history. People who was famous. And block. I'm gonna be honest with you guys about to get into it. Into the swing. I don't like the look. He's no reason I don't like it. I know. And he's not really like political. Like, I'm gonna have to respect him what he said. Shout out to Terry on that because the dinosaurs. Not only the dinosaurs. People has been talking about the political stuff on Instagram, and it really bothers me a lot. And they really need to start with this political stuff. And they're trying to put this political stuff on the dinosaur documentary. It's gonna piss a lot of fans off because with these toxic fans on the left, the bad ones actually. What to say they're the bad ones? They called toxic fans because they're part of the bad ones actually that we have now. And Animal Duncan, man, I just can't believe that I just saw this about this a year ago. Queer Planet? Are you serious? Queer Planet? I just can't believe that I actually seen this like 2 years ago. 1 year, about this piece of crap. Oh my god, man. You're not supposed to do that. And who actually directed made this will be fired. Shame on them. Diversity, man, is really what bothers me. But again, you swapping. I'm gonna be honest. Which one of them franchises is actually rateable? And Ace is white. Ace is actually white. And you know what? Ace is really white. Ace really white. And it's time for me to spoke up. Ace is really white because of what they did with these franchises, man. I don't understand why that they keep talking about it, and I've been spoken, and they still do. And a lot of us has a reason why, because what their cause, and they still do. And like I said the other day, that I was over there, the movie fans channel, and he actually has a good point what they actually was done, but they said it the same exact thing. And it's really upset me a lot. Upsets me, disappointed the fans a lot. Because you don't get these points and force them to whatever or whatever. That's so disgraceful what these type of directors actually done. Instead of you look on some research. I feel like they don't even do a lot of research of that. Or they don't even care about making money. And I've been saying it multiple times. They always cares about the money. And I understand it's actually a business. I understand it's actually a business. But still, you want some money because you causing anything about that. That's when it bothers me a lot, and it's really pissing me off. The new generation. And that's the way that they're gonna do it. But if we get control of MGM, I don't know why Amazon actually bought MGM in first place. Because I understand it. Because it's iconic. Produced iconic film entertainment company in the first place. It used to be independent until Amazon bought it. And it doesn't even make sense right now. Iconic characters in it of all times, and it's still. Oh, here's another thing. I heard a lot of rumors. Harry Potter. Like, I'm sorry to break it to them very personally, but I hate to break it to them. But they literally swapped one character. They're going too much. Like, what I mean, they're going so freaking much. They're just doing swapping characters to Prince Entertainment, and they're gonna go completely nuts because what Hollywood doing, making a better sense instead of you keeping the way it is. I know the book is making sense, but swapping that, making too political the franchise like Ninja Turtles, Little Mermaid, and Harry Potter, and there are some few other ones they're trying to swap. Well, it was different that time, but it would have been still been iconic, I guess, but it's still funny that time. But today, you supposed to hire, hey, I feel like they're trying to doing so much, and it is called chaos. Like, they better be careful what Hollywood and producers what they switching in, because you're gonna put so much to fans and call chaos very much. And if they don't stop with this political stuff instead of them focus on that, cause this is unbelievable what they're trying to do. It's on disgraceful what they do, and I was gonna invite some of my friends over, and I told LBT that I'm making this video a live stream about what Hollywood actually stupid done, because they mess up big time and so friggin' once, and it's not right what they did. Hollywood is just being honored, cause I remember they used to make one. Now, they used to be, everyone used to be wanted to be actors back in the day. As a kid, I really think that I want to be an actress and be joined to make these actors like celebrity, meet their celebrity class, all that. But now, they met too many big times already. They're so political way, and I don't like it what they're trying to do now. Now, one of my friends from school said I should be in Hollywood actors, or to be an actor. I used to think that, but when you try to realize what is going on in the industry behind the scenes, or what's going on around the world, what Hollywood has to be done, yeah, this is too much for me. Literally freaking too much. Changed my mind. But I want to start filming here. Yeah, I'm starting filming. Thinking about starting filming here. But the problem is, when they're trying to make a iconic franchise begin in the first place, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. This is unbelievable. I don't know what's the big deal with, man, but I think they're going too much with this political stuff now. I really don't understand what is the big deal is, man. Like, movies and TV shows used to be good, and we've been talking about this yesterday podcast about what's going on. Like, Cartoon Network, all these movie TV shows is not the same. And again, movies and TV shows, it's not the same like they used to be. Now it's just too much and too political. And I miss the old days when, like Kids Punk, and when they used to tolerate stuff for putting forcing kids and teach them stuff with political. They never allowed them to talk to them about political because they would actually get trouble for that back in the day. And I'm glad they did. Because I remember back in the day that people used to against people to being gay. And I'm glad they did. And it got trouble. I'm glad they did. That's back in the old days. Now, family members is okay with that and forcing kids to do anything. But back then you couldn't. Compared to what it was today. And I gotta agree with Bonnie on this one, so shout out to her. Not as every timeline is actually perfect. Like back in those times, it's not actually perfect compared to what it was today. And no time is not as perfect. It's the best decade that people who's fan wants to go on there. And I'm gonna be honest, I wanted the Golden Aces for real, because the best iconic characters of all times. It's really stressed me out a lot. This just really bonds me a lot. I'll be right back, guys. Don't go away. If you guys want to go in and chat, please do, because what are we talking about? What are details that what's been going on in the industry, so don't go away, because we got a lot of stuff to cover it up. I'm back. Oh, I should have paused the mute first before that one. I'm back. I'm way back, guys. But anyways, any question you guys want to answer about what's going on the details? We're gonna talk seriously, cause this is very disappointment, and I'm sorry you guys, crash out. Forgive me, God, forgive me. It's too much. Jesus Christ, God, forgive me. But sometimes people, then we get sick and tired of these movies and actors like It's not the same like it used to be. Like, come on, man. People has been spoken on about this. Anything like we shouldn't have had it in the first place. That's fine. It's fine. Like, dude, like, what is the big deal with bad actors talking really quickly and telling us that, wow, basically got a water stupid ass smart mouth. School her. Now, Ashley, school her, cause she's about to go to jail in a minute, and Ashley, she's about to go. I really wish those Legend Rangers were good again. Like I really wish. But anyway, it would be another stream. But anyways, back on topic. What's going on? Rachel Center got a lot of smart mouth, and I hope she word that way when somebody's going to hear. There's only two ways. One, she can also get busted. And I'm glad that they really put charge against her, because somebody needs to do something to her. And there's only two ways that she's going to face the consequences or death. One, somebody's going to get really beat up. Or two, they probably will throw her in jail, and women prisoners in jail will actually have to beat her to death. That's the only ways, or the way she will actually pay the price too. And realize what she done. But she's steady gonna take, and it's already gonna be too late for her to come by here because of what she said. And she literally gonna talk smart, and one day she's gonna realize that she never should have said it. But it's already too late. She should literally shouldn't say it in the first place. She's gonna find that out once she go on one of these days. She's definitely gonna find out one of these days. I'm really freaking serious about this, because this is really bothers me about Hollywood nowadays. And marbles! We still need to talk about marbles, because, and shout out to them. I know a lot of them is busy this week, like Movie and all of them, but that's the point, that we're getting sick and tired of this whole industry. Like, they keep talking about political, and it's really bothering me with this political stuff. It started the point, and I gotta make a short video about this own industry. Ever since the guy who creates Marbles passed away, I feel like a lot of corporate people who work with him hated him very much. Only some of them, because he's the one who actually created a lot of stuff, all her stuff, all these years, where we are today, forcing to put political stuff. But they wanted to change it the way it should have used in the comics. Like, Johnny is the Ranger Man. A man's supposed to be a leader, not a woman. I'm gonna be real. But somehow I had to disagree just a little bit, not too much. Or professional disagreement away. But not too much, because mostly is not good, because when you see the behind the scenes what's going on in the comic books, it's going too much. And Jack Black, like, I love Jack Black for a little bit, but sometimes when you don't see the Minecraft movie, blame it on wise acid, but why can you just adopt it? That's what I would have done. When they're doing a live acid and adopted it, they should have like did some research. Yeah, I would be seriously gonna be real. Even though it doesn't point out that, but I hate to break it to him, but Captain, the guy, no offense disrespected, but he's gonna class uncomfortable. What about your butt too much? But sometimes people need to realize what's going on behind the scenes. Steve Rogers is coming in as Captain America again. Like, I miss the good old days when TV shows and movies used to be good. And when we were kids. Now is this movies not the same and they want to make good movies. Half of the good movies that we say is good, and other end of life it's not good because it's too political with these bad actors want you to change because of the strike. That is happening 2 years ago. And it's not only that, I'm gonna say you guys when they actually sort. Well, tell you what, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. This is not only happened. It's been doing it since 1936. And a while back, I'm making a video like 2 years ago about what's going on behind the scenes. They've been doing, Hollywood's making sway ever since 1936. This is all started in 1936. It's all started there before the actors. So this is not the only one. They've been started for decades since then. Let's be real. And I will show you this when it got started. It's been started since 1936. And they're gonna go on straight with video games. Again! Another straight with video games. Straight actors. Are you serious? It's been at first and going on straight with actors. Now, a year ago, it's also started with the actors strike again. This is totally ridiculous. So, again, it's all started since 1936. So, because it was different back in the day. Well, I don't know. This is driving me nuts what they actually do for that. But, back on that, it's been started since 1936. Let me show you this. This is not only one, no 2028. All the way down to the 60s. Films, movies, and TV shows, 1960s. But it's also started with this one. All started in 1936. And fighting against an army and also an army in road officers. Now, it was different back in the day when it first started, but it doesn't take that long. Well, this one takes longer than it was today. Way more longer than it was today. But that's really crazy. But it's been happening for decades. No joke. I'm very serious. It's been happening for decades. And I said previously, it's been happening since 1936. It's all started with the army before it was an actor. And then the actor start 1952. That's actually the first time. It's they've been going there and going straight since 1950s. Earlier 50s, they started going on straight ever since then. Because it was different back in the days. But at least the movies like that is not that. But at least the movies and TV shows that at that time is not like that what it was today. Because compared to this one, even though it's not perfect, like she said, even though it's not perfect, but I will give her credit for that. But at least it's not like no political stuff on that time than we had today. And I mean for real, cause they used to teleweight, and like I said a while ago, they used to teleweight that stuff into LTV and get trouble for that. Now they don't get trouble for that. Like they should have had it a long time. Like they did a long time ago. And that should never been exist because of the bad wits people who created and added on the Bible book. It shouldn't be in the first place. And I don't know why. This is totally ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. It's driving me insane what's going on. Movie and TV shows is one thing I don't even like. Is these type of people that we could have had a long time ago. This is driving me insane nuts. Yeah. Like kids programs used to be an educated for kids. They taught us a lot of good stuff, and something's bad, and we taught us to learn about things than when we were growing up. They sort of taught us the things that we used to know, that they taught us a lot, and now you forcing kids to political and put this stuff that shouldn't be in the first place. Like they never even done that when we were kids because they would have got trouble for that. Now they do. And goodness, Kermit has been here longer than everybody else. Like before the Muppets, Kermit is the only person that came here first when Jim Henson actually came here. And God, if he was here to see this about what's going on with Hollywood nowadays, he's gonna be flipped. He's gonna be super flipped. No joke. He's gonna be really flipped. Like, I don't understand why this is driving me nuts about this. Like, back in the day, all the TV shows and Sesame Street used to be good. But now, when you're trying to put on that, it's just driving me insane. Because I remember the old days when Sesame Street used to be came on 1960, 1969. Because they've been complaining by these producers. Actually, Ralph the Dog and Kermit the Frog actually came. Well, Ralph actually came second. First it was Kermit, then it was Ralph, and then the last one was the others. Before it's Pinky. And them. You know, you guys know I'm eating my chicken and mashed potatoes and corn that my mom made me. It's very good. And my friends had the good stuff. So yeah, that also detailed today. But if I hear this another again about Snow White Part 2, yeah, actually, I've been hearing that, so that's why I really want to start making a freaking rank about this whole situation. And oh god, I think I need to start making a series podcast waiting on Friday next week. Again, because it's bothering me with this whole situation. I think I need to start making a series rank about what's going on with me against again. Every single Barnacle's way. And this is driving me insane. Like, come on, man. You really had no business making political in the first place. Now, their job is for... First of all, women giving them the advice. Directors, producers, and writers. Maybe give them the actual advice. Oh. Well, he couldn't type really Italy. But the movie King's really bad nowadays. Well, not the movie, the classic ones. But the modern ones is actually bad. Ever since Disney bought it from 2012 instead of Paramount. This is too much for me. I don't know what's going on. This is so freaking so much. I don't know what is happening there. Like, the problem is we couldn't have any of these good movies like we used to have back in the day. Because of the political, what Hollywood actually done is stupid. And don't make decisions. You make bad decisions for the fans and don't care about them. Focus on the entertainment, but yourself and the money. And like I said, I understand it, but still, it really pissed the fans off. And it's they already make about it because you're bad decisions. Same thing with Marvel. With Fantastic Four, when I start making a video about everything. About what they're changing in. It shouldn't be changing in the first place. They shouldn't actually use it in the comic books. But they don't want it, and I'm blaming the guy who is actually in charge of it now. Not Stan Lee. Stan Lee owns that before that. But the guy, Kevin Frenchers, whatever his name is, shame on you. Because you did a lot of bad stuff. I don't know why. You should have listened to the guy. Because after Stan Lee did for you and the corporate people, he did so much for you guys, man. And Like I said, don't make me come down here. He's gonna be mad about this when he finds out about this. If his house was better and he see this old stuff that he done, he's gonna be so much mad about it. And look, he did make against the raciest about no matter what skin color you are, because this is the reason why we should be treat human beings. Because all you want to do is being woke. And I hate when these actors became so woke nowadays, instead of them being their self. And I hate it so much, man. I hate the woke. Really hate when these actors became woke nowadays. Because back in the day, they never used to be like this. But now, this started to change ever since the COVID. And they became so freaking woke. And especially with women in all of these industries on the left. This is starting to bother me a lot. The bad actors. It started pissing me off a lot. It really does. Because they don't know how to keep it to themselves instead of being their own self. The guy who owns it passed away. And no wonder Sponsor is not good like they used to be. I'm glad they didn't put political stuff on it. But if he haven't realized that and have the crossover, then we would have get all kind of stuff. I understand how the guy feels or anything. But this is too stupid. What these bad producers, bad writers, and bad directors and bad actors, brutally, they want to change the game of this movie. Industry, TV shows, and everything. They make this movie really bad. And it's bad enough that literally got exposed. Because they're bad decisions. They want to change everything instead of you making it the same, making a new original story. Take some elements from the show or whatever. Instead of you change it up, and instead of you messed up the movie. That's driving me insane. Now I feel like this is getting ridiculous right now. It's too stupid. Getting crazy from anything. I don't get it. What is going on nowadays? So that is all the details of what's going on with Hollywood, why Marvel's, and my friends is actually, there's one more thing, because my friends is actually, that monster really pissed off about She-Hulk, and those shows is actually stupid, because I don't know why they should have used in the comics instead of that. Because comic book is way better than. I know, understand that don't read comics, but it makes a lot of sense. No, it does make a lot of sense that they should have used better than the movies and TV shows. Like, so that is it for what is going on with because I've been wanting to say this for a long time. In fact, I should have make a video because in fact I should have made this video about Hollywood 2 years ago because of what they're actually done. If I wasn't because of industry and all that flaming stuff. But I should have spoken as a man to just tell the truth, clean truth, and spoke up what Hollywood actually done. Because I already know, but I should have done make this swing. But I'm glad I did now. I'm glad I did because I've been waiting for this for a long time to spoke up what's going on with Hollywood now. Because did so stupid political very much with these TV shows and the movies. I did not wanted to see Wicked again because even though they are good, but it should have been 2003 version so much better. I'm sorry to say this, but 2003 version of that, if they make it a movie from back in the day, 23 years ago or 22, then this movie would have been so much better than this type of clip. I don't understand. This movie would have been so much better than this type of movie. Because we could have had it versus than we had today. And we would have had it like 22, but that one's got canceled. I don't know what's going on, but it would have been the perfect movie better than this. But the broadcast that we had is always is I love the original cast members so much better than the newest ones. Everything that gone in changed a lot to be woke, and I feel like a lot of fans really wants respect for her. And the other ones, and Cindy Andergren, who played Jesus, this is a bad idea. I feel like I never even spoke to her ever again because what she actually did is pick this at assistance. But she is one of the worst bad actors, became a bad actress after the years later. I don't know what's going on. This is driving me insane. This is totally ridiculous. We shouldn't even never had that stuff if it wasn't for the production with this vote stuff. But the problem is they still keep talking about it. It is really pissing other fans off, honestly. The problem is we would never have that type of problem if it wasn't for the industry. This is too much. Like, I can't stand this. What Halloween has done with this political stuff. This is too much. I've been wanting to speak about this. Every fan's wanting to speak about this. But that's not how we want it. We like the way they were it was. And same thing with Snow White. We liked it the way it was. But make it a good, original, good storyline for this one. For Christ's sake. And I'm going to say this to Rachel Silver. Whatever you said is that you don't like to think the prince is actually stalking. think again, man. It's not a stalking. Walt Disney actually created to make iconic love. It's supposed to be a love kind of story for this one. And you wanted to make sure that your jackass wants to go over there and tell some people in the pulpit from your mouth that the women's supposed to be king and waiter. Screw you. That's what you need to do. And guess what? You got exposed what you did because of your mouth. You should have kept it to yourself. Look, I don't know what Bob Iger is definitely different. Because he actually hired somebody else that doesn't care about the franchise. Instead of you hire somebody that really cares about it. And I'm going to be honest and say this once again. I would have been a better director, a better producer in Snow White versus Disney. Because I would have done it so much better than you. Because if Walt Disney see this right now and find out what you guys been up to, corporate people of Disney, you're going to be so much trouble that you're going to be answered for this one of these days. I promise you that it's going to happen to you. And not only that, the people whose Disney family is going to be so mad too. They see this, he's going to be so much pissed too. This is not what we asked for, man. This is totally ridiculous. This is totally sucks right now, and they're so disgraceful right now. I'm so done and talking about this piece of crap. Well, I'm sorry. How do you see it this way? But Hollywood did so much damage stuff. It would never been like this if it wasn't for these piece of crap. And I don't know why you should have hired a woman that actually cares about the franchise versus them. Now, this Wicked, they should have hired her to actually go out watching on Wicked instead of hiring this because I think a lot of them will be a better actor than this one. Like, this one played Jesus is not the one who plays the Green Wicked woman. Forgot what her name was, but also other one. I'm very pissed off when they actually hire her instead of when hire somebody else that actually cares about anything. Okay, this doesn't make sense. You should hire somebody else that's actually good. That's like the guy. You should have hired a person that actually really make the true story about him. And Jack Red, I had to disappoint, and I'm very disappointed when he has to make a bad decision. Like, sometimes bad actors change, and I'm gonna be straight and honest with them. You guys, they change to be woke instead of them being their self that we are biggest fan of. By the end of the day, you know how Hollywood has been a curse, and we realized we were wrong all along, and they're trying to warn us about it. And I'm glad that White House spoke out about this, so they also could get exposed for this one. And guess what? They already did. Like, they should have done that a long time ago, and they would have got exposed. If they would have said this like 20 years ago, they would have got so much exposed for what they caused. That's serious, man. So that's it for this live swing. I literally want to get out my chest every day and just say this for a long time, because everyone else was spoke us, so I might as well spoke us too. So I want to shout out to Colin, the two brothers again, Dex, and Brandon. Thank you guys for not joining up a swing. Even though you are sticking there, we've been talking about this, what's going on. Even though Brandon knows what I'm talking about. Shout out to you guys. Because even though it is a bad thing that everyone, like Hollywood, actually Hollywood's been talking about, man, still doing this political stuff again. It is really pissed out the fans off. And this is driving me insane, so I don't know. So thank you guys for watching. It's your host, Shaver Shamalas, known as Saber. Even though you guys know it's only a Power Rangers podcast from Mighty Hills. We'll making some videos about this going on. And till then. And until then, catch you guys next one, because next one, Saturdays, this is gonna be about and again, I'm sorry that before I go, I want to apologize for this last Saturday swing. That one got deleted by accident. I don't know what is. I got super pissed off because that was a good one. In fact, I enjoyed having Sky over here. Like, I like having Sky do. Because it doesn't even fucking make sense, like, what someone did. So, I should have done that the 31st instead of earlier. So, let's keep in mind. So, next one, Saturday will be Hasbro. Why this company fails downhill since Bonnie and dying. So, that will be the next one. So, catch you guys laying on, and this is Shamar, and I'm signing off, and just remember to be yourself. Also, be strong, believe yourself, and prepare for battle. And I'll catch you guys next one another stream on Saturday. See you guys later.